Hi, my name is James Holroyd from PocketSurvey Cloud Surveying Software. Welcome to this short demonstration. I'm going to show you how the health and safety assessment software works and how to create your assessment reports quickly and easily. If you're not already a PocketSurvey user, contact us to get your low-cost trial, where you can get your first month's subscription at a reduced price. And if you don't like the software after your initial month, there's no obligation to continue with your subscription. The first thing to mention about the app is that it's designed for mobile devices, but also works great on desktop computers. There's only one interface to learn, which looks the same on all devices. So you can use it on Apple or Android, tablets and phones, as well as desktop computers, such as Windows, Mac and Chrome. With our uncluttered and easy to use interface, you can speed up your workflow tremendously and produce your risk assessment reports immediately after doing your site inspections. All our cloud-based apps look similar and have some common features. So let's look at a health and safety inspection I've already done to give you an overview of what comes out at the end. On the buildings list, I tap on a building and you'll see the front page photo and inspection status, and then below that you've got some buttons. We can add an item. We can copy the building information. There's a button to create the PDF inspection report and one to open the generated PDF report. If we scroll down, you'll see which client this report belongs to. That is if you have multiple clients. You can turn off the clients feature in the app setup if you don't want to use it. The inspection details section shows the inspector, inspection date, inspection time, the type of inspection, followed by some free format descriptive notes. The building details section shows more information about the building. The important risk summary is shown next. Let's have a quick look at what the health and safety risk summary contains. Occupancy details, persons at risk, responsibility, and a risk summary of likelihood, consequences and the overall calculated risk. Most of the data entry items on this form uses menus and tick lists that you can modify in the app setup. We're not making any changes, so we can choose cancel. You would probably complete this section after you've assessed the whole building. There's an optional section to capture general building information. Of course, the most essential part of the report is the health and safety items section. You will see all the health and safety risk items inspected organised by HSE items. If you tap the View button, you can see the whole list for the building. You can add more health and safety items using the Add button. Towards the end, you've got general building images such as floor plans, schematics and any image you want to add to your report. If you want to make changes to the inspection, select the Edit button. Let's scroll back to the top of the building record. To create your PDF report, choose the Create PDF Report button, and when the report is ready, select the Open PDF Report button. Let's look at a typical report in more detail. The front page is branded with your logo and your address. Then you've got your front photo of the building, plus an optional trade logo. Then you get an automatic table of contents, which is all hyperlinked, so you can jump to the different sections quickly. The report contains quite a lot of detailed information, all created at a click of a button. Some sections are optional and can be turned off in the app setup. Then you've got an introduction page. Now all these phrases can be edited within the app, but we'll come to that later in the app setup. The overview section of the report shows inspection details, optional client details, building details, and you've got a breakdown of the compliance status of all the health and safety risk items assessed. All of this is configurable in the app setup. Then there's the executive health and safety risk overview. The health and safety risk calculation is shown in detail for your client with colour-coded risk ratings in an easy-to-follow format. The risk summary focuses on non-compliant sections. Then for each section of HSE or occupational health and safety, we show detailed information. This information is chosen from the inbuilt knowledge base in the app. It covers description, expected requirements, location, notes, compliance status, compliances, non-compliances, action recommendations. You can have up to 8 photos for each item. If you've chosen the Works add-on feature, remedial work details will be listed below the photos. Each health and safety risk item is shown in a similar format grouped according to the compliance status. Your clients will love the report format. There's a handy health and safety risk action plan, and some pages explaining the health and safety guidelines to your client. You've got your disclaimer and limitations section. Bear in mind that all these phrases in your report can be set up within the app to customize it to your needs. The quality assurance statement will show the inspector's signature, and if you've chosen to use quality checkers, their details as well. At the end you have your floor plans and any additional building images you've included in your report. If you want to save your PDF report, tap the download button to save it to your storage area. Let's close the PDF report and get back to the app. We can return to the buildings list by tapping the buildings icon at the bottom left. So let's start a new health and safety inspection to see how easy it is. Tap the Add button at the bottom right of the buildings list screen. You'll see a scrollable form with several fields to fill in. Most of these will be user configurable menus to speed up data entry. First, you can choose a client, or if you want to, add a new one. Let's add a new client organization. Type my client, then tap Use. Then you can either add a client contact name or pick an existing one. You can store other information about your client, which is helpful if you want to contact your clients on site, and so you have a little client database. Then we can choose the inspector. You can have different classes of inspectors, like more powerful administrators. You can also have a client login where a client can access their reports via a client portal. Choose an inspection date and an inspection time. You can choose which health and safety framework to use, whether it's the HSE or occupational health and safety. And then you can add some inspection notes if you want to. The inspection status menu helps you track the workflow of your reports. We use a color-coded pipeline approach where you go from schedule through to completed work. Remember, you can add this information on site or do it in the office if you prefer. Now let's add some building details. You have a place to add a building reference, or you can use a report reference instead. Adding addresses is easy since Google will search for the address if you start typing it in. You can import addresses in bulk using the import feature within the app. The building name is used to identify different buildings at the same address. We also have building type and an optional short description of the building. It's a good idea to allocate the report to a town, especially if you work nationwide. Enter other building details as required. Your reports will look much better with photos, and PocketSurvey makes this easy for you. So let's take a building photo. I'm going to choose one that I've already taken, because I'm using a desktop computer, but you would snap this on site, directly from your camera. That's the photo added to the front page of your report. You use a similar approach when taking health and safety risk item photos. Then save to add your report to the buildings list. Now we've set up the first part of the report. We can now inspect the health and safety risk items in the building and enter information into the assessment. So we'll tap into the building record to view it, and you'll see the information we've entered so far. We tap the Add Item button to load the scrollable data entry form to assess a health and safety risk item. You should establish a location first, so you should choose a particular floor. And then, optionally, you can specify a room or area. You can tailor the list of locations to suit your needs in the app setup. Then, you choose the health and safety risk section. Next, we need to choose the requirements needed to be met for this part of your assessment. We can tick some or select all, then press done. We can choose from a list of compliances. Let's pick some. If we choose non-compliant, we get a list of non-compliances to choose from. Again, we can choose one or more from the list. And because part of this health and safety section is non-compliant, we can also choose from a list of actions. The compliance status is calculated automatically. We can also choose an action priority, and then enter some free format notes if you wish. Let's take a photo. You can take up to 8 photos per item. The app will automatically launch the camera on your mobile device. However, I'll pick one from my computer because I'm demonstrating the app on a desktop. You can take more photos in a similar way. So that's one item done. Now choose Save. A quick note here, when you inspect other items, the PocketSurvey software remembers some previous selections to speed up your data entry. Once you've inspected all the items in your building, you can now create your PDF report. You tap into the building record and choose the more prominent Create Report button. You will be prompted to confirm. It takes about 30 or 60 seconds while the software generates the report in the background. You can continue to work on other inspections while you are waiting. The Open Report button will appear when your report is ready. So far we've covered the essential aspects of creating a health and safety risk assessment report. As you've seen, it's quick and easy to do and produces a fantastic client report. But there's lots more to the software. For example, if your client wants a costed list of remedial works, you can use our Costed Works add-on feature. Book a personal demonstration to learn more about this premium feature. The most revolutionary part of all the PocketSurvey apps is the App Setup feature, where you can customize menus and report sections to suit your needs. You will see several configuration areas. Book a personal demonstration to learn more about these features. We can also control the report designed to customize the PDF report to your needs. You can view your data as tables and export your data to spreadsheet files. Book a personal demonstration to learn more about this premium feature. Note that this tables feature will only appear when using a desktop computer. You will see the main data tables in the app, such as buildings and items, and possibly other tables depending on how your app is configured. Let's expand the building table and you will see a spreadsheet view of the data. You can filter this view using the spyglass icon to focus on part of the table rather than the whole. At the bottom, you can see icons for importing and exporting your data. Tables are an advanced feature, so don't hesitate to contact us if you want to know more. Now, remember to get your low-cost trial if you're not already a PocketSurvey user, where you will get your first month's subscription at a vastly reduced price. Remember, there's no obligation to carry on your subscription after the trial month, and you've got access to the full software, including free training and support. If you don't like the software after that, that's no problem. Just let us know and we won't bill you, and you can continue your search for a digital solution for your health and safety risk assessments. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about any of our PocketSurvey apps, please visit our website PocketSurvey.com, where you'll see lots of information about all our building and inspection software. So that's the PocketSurvey health and safety assessment software in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Bye for now and see you soon.